Hey there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Digisimpflex. My name is Alan, and today we will finish the wisdom that I got from Kia Abrera. And Kia Abrera is the creative behind. Um, I followed her on TikTok, and she talks about a lot of wisdom nuggets, basically on how to do digital marketing. And I want to share it with you because that is how I, I actually got my ideas, as well as, if not my ideas, but somehow integrated what I learned from Digital Yoga Academy and actually made it into reality. That's why burnout is no longer there, right? And because of the pandemic, burnout is really, or really, we really felt burning out, especially for those of you who are working on their passions, for fitness trainers, for fitness coaches, for yoga teachers. We tried a lot of different ways on how to sustain our business, and the online presence has been helpful. However, because people shifted, everyone shifted to Zoom, and we had this Zoom fatigue, and so everyone felt that, oh, I couldn't practice anymore because it's all about Zoom or maybe Google Meet or other ways of online meeting, right? So you have the Microsoft Teams, you have the Skype, you have all of the other messenger rooms there. Now, what Kia finished with her wisdom was omnipresence doesn't matter if there's no real presence. And how do you interpret that? What I interpreted um, that is, there are a lot of several social media platforms already. So you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Instagram. Now you have TikTok, and then Instagram has Reels, and then Twitter has Spaces, and of course the podcasts. You still have YouTube, of course, where I place this video recording of my podcast, and of course with Anchor.fm, on how I upload my podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts, different podcast channels or platforms. However, there will come a time that everything is saturated, and we have, just like what we're doing, whenever we make ourselves more available to clients, then we stretch ourselves too thin, that we do not cater to anyone anymore. Meaning to say, we don't set our boundaries, we don't set our limits, and that's why our clients would think, okay, that is how Alan works, and so maybe, just maybe, we could, go through with what we wanted to do, without considering his work, right? And so I'm translating it to my digital presence, or my presence on the social media platform. And so back then I wanted to, it was last year, last September, when I tried opening a TikTok account, because came a, there's a shift of users, not just going towards Google anymore just to search for things, but already dependent on TikTok videos. And even on TikTok, there's a misinformation already. There's a proliferation of misinformation, of unguided, opinions. And so I actually didn't get the drift there, or probably because I am not as, I don't have enough time to edit all my videos and stream it in such a way, or edit in such a way that it looks TikTok friendly. And that's what I'm doing. After this podcast, I'm just gonna edit my sound and make it available on YouTube. That's it. And but that is the craft. There is for TikTok creators, there's a craft that should be respected, and that's where they shine. And so when Kia mentioned that omnipresence doesn't matter if there's no real presence, then that only means that where you are flourishing, then focus on that. And so I focus on my creations on Instagram. And well, most of my posters anyway are from Canva Pro. And what happened is it helped me focus on more important things, and therefore created, this regular recording of the podcast, updating my podcast when it comes to digital marketing for yoga teachers and for fitness coaches. And then now I can put a video, place a video recording when I'm doing my podcast. And it's quite a different experience altogether. Oh, I just forgot. I should have placed a mic also there. But let's see what happens later. So there. And I even overhauled my website to make it look more user friendly, and meaning to say, I made it to a point where I go where my clients are, and no longer to the, because back then in 2015, 2014, we usually post somewhere we could flourish. Like for example, maybe we could create an independent web hosting, and so you create this your website, your blog, and then you try to do a lot of SEO, search engine optimizations, to make your website more attractive, or meaning to say, it will pop up on your search, on Google search every time. But now that you have TikTok, and there's the statistics that most users use TikTok longer than any other platforms, right? So YouTube went behind everything, and Facebook lost a lot of billions of dollars that from Meta. They have already released Reels immediately worldwide, for not just for Instagram during the first it was during the, when was this? I think it was November. Yeah, it was November when I joined, November of 2021 when I joined TikTok. And then only after a week, then Instagram Reels became available here in the Philippines. And then this month, February, when Facebook released Reels on your Facebook and on your Facebook page, right? So back then, I created a personal boundary, or meaning to say, I created a personal account for myself that only my friends would see it. However, since most of my friends are also my clients, I cross post everything that I post on Instagram on Alan na Typical and Move You Better, then share it automatically. You share it on my to my Facebook pages of Move You Better and Alan na Typical, and then I manually post it on my timeline or even to other Facebook groups, so as to, you know, that is being omnipresent, meaning to say, when it comes to omni, different channels. However, what I'm trying to do right now is to focus on Facebook and Instagram alone. Even though I post regularly every week, or at least twice every other week for my podcast, I try to be as regular as possible here, right? Um, and still following the suggested time, when to post, where to post, then it works for me. That is why it doesn't mean, that also follows from my previous premise, that technology doesn't guarantee use, will not guarantee success to you overnight. Because if the technology is not reaching out, or doesn't reach out to your customers or to your chosen audience or your market, your target market, then it would just be another cog. Yeah, how do you call that? A cog in the system. Is that correct? Let me double check. Where do I check? But meaning to say, it will just be another gear. It will just be another process. And that process is erroneous. And that process is, what you call this? It actually blocks how you connect to your audience, straight to your audience. And that is why you have to familiarize as well your language, how your customers speak. So it doesn't matter if you're getting all this certifications, this teacher training. If you cannot talk to your clients, that's another thing. Then maybe we will talk about that on the next episode, all about copywriting and actually speaking your client's language. So that's it for now. I'm just stressing out on where to channel all your energy. And if you find yourself that your business is highlighted on TikTok, then go ahead, spend more time there. If your business, or if you're getting more customer feedback or more reactions on Instagram, then go ahead. You can even boost your ad on Instagram, because that's where your target audience is. And lastly, if your Facebook friends are the ones who supporting you all the time when it comes to your business, then go ahead, use your personal account as your channel. Alright, so that's it for now. Thank you so much. This has been Alan. Bye.